You think you have allies at work, people who go to bat for you. You don't. You have witnesses, people who like you until the moment their mortgage and your job title end up in the same sentence. The company didn't give you those relationships because they care about your well-being. They gave them to you because they serve a purpose, and that has nothing to do with your benefit. And when the next round of cuts come, and it's coming, those relationships will be the first thing that disappears. Right before you do. Here's what makes this different than paranoia. KPMG ran a workplace study. 79% of professionals said they have a close friend at work. Gallup asked the same question differently. How many of you actually have a best friend at work? 2 in 10. That gap isn't a survey error, it's a threat profile. 77% of the workforce is walking into a layoff cycle, believing they have protection that does not exist. And that belief, right now, is making them easier to cut. Here's the mechanism, and here's what to do about it before someone uses it against you. I'm Terry. For over 20 years, I've delivered multi-million-dollar programs inside Fortune 500 companies in leadership positions. I've made the hard calls, and I've been on that layoff list myself. I'm still in corporate America, navigating the same AI-driven market that you're in. Everything I bring in this channel, I'm living right now, not theory from someone who used to do this. What I watch people do over and over was trust the wrong people at exactly the wrong moment. Concept 1, proximity is not loyalty. Here's the mistake. You believe familiarity creates loyalty. It doesn't. It creates comfort. And comfort is not protection. MIT discovered this in 1950. It's called the propinquity effect. The single greatest predictor of human friendship isn't shared values. It isn't shared history. It isn't shared ambition. It's physical proximity, distance. You like the people you see every day. Your brain mistakes familiarity for safety. In your personal life, you choose your people. In corporate, a hiring manager chooses them for you. Your work friendship is the product of an organizational chart, not an actual bond. Researchers call these multiplex ties. The relationship exists because of one shared context, the company. Remove the company, the relationship evaporates. Your coworker didn't stop liking you when they resigned. The situation that manufactured the connection expired. They moved on to the next proximity. Stop measuring work relationships by warmth. Measure them by exposure. For every person you're close to at work, ask one question. What would it cost their career to defend me in a meeting? If the answer is anything at all, they won't. That's not cynicism, that's a threat assessment. Loyalty in corporate is not a feeling, it's a calculation. And the calculation changes the moment the math shifts. The next concept is the loyalty tax. Here's the next mistake. You're paying for relationships the company manufactured with money the company owes you. KPMG's data revealed that 57% of workers said they'd accept a salary 10% below market rate if it meant working alongside close friends, overtaking a higher paying role where they didn't know anyone. Read that again. 57% of people are voluntarily taking a pay cut to stay in proximity to the relationship the company built in the first place. And here's the part that should make you angry. The company knows this. They studied it. Workplace friendships isn't a culture benefit, it's a retention mechanism, a discount they already calculated into your offer letter. You are paying a loyalty tax to an organization that does not reciprocate loyalty. When the layoff list gets built, the person signing off on the cut doesn't know you turned down an offer in Chicago because your people were here. They see a headcount number. They see a cost center. They see your name. The better move, calculate your loyalty discount today. If you're more than 8% below your market rate, your workplace relationships are costing you real money in exchange for protection that doesn't exist. Price it out. Run that number, then decide if the math still makes sense. Because the company already did. Concept number 3, the language was a leash. Here's the third mistake. You believe the language. Pay attention to what leadership says when they want collective sacrifice. We're in the trenches together. The team needs to go to war on this. Trust the playbook. Stay in your lane. That's not camaraderie. That's linguistic hijacking. In actual warfare, your survival is tied to the person beside you. If they fail, your exposure increases. The mechanics in corporate are inverted. Your coworker can actively benefit from your downfall. They can withhold information, redirect credit, quietly document your errors while protecting their own performance rating. The team language isn't describing your relationship, it's describing the compliance they need from you right now. The better move? Every time you hear military or athletic metaphors in a corporate context, ask yourself one question. Who does my sacrifice benefit here? And what do they actually owe me in return? If the answer is nothing, you're not a teammate, you're a resource. And resources get cut when the budget tightens. Stop right here. Think about the 3 people at work you're closest to right now. For each one, ask yourself, if HR walked in tomorrow and said, it's either you or them, what would they actually do? Not what they told you over drinks, not what you hope. What would they do when their mortgage, their title, and their team are on the line? That answer is their real loyalty to you. Everything before that is proximity talking. Now, here's where it gets dangerous. Concept number 4, information as inventory. The 4th mistake, and this is the one that gets people cut. You shared your vulnerabilities with coworkers during a stable period, and you assume the information stays personal. It doesn't. Every frustration you voiced, every concern about your reorg, every time you hinted at a job search, that information doesn't disappear when the layoff cycle starts. It becomes available inventory. People don't have to lie about you. They don't have to go to HR with malice. They just have to make sure your exposure is visible before anyone finds out theirs. Your openness during a stable period becomes their leverage during a scarce one. Here's what to do. Reverse the information flow. The person who gets cut first is usually the one whose vulnerabilities are the most visible. Stop narrating your exposure. Start mapping theirs. Know their risk profile before they can document yours. That's not hostility, that's intelligence networking. Concept number 5, AI turned your friends into auditors. Here's the final piece, and this is the one that closes the loop on everything I've shown you today. The company didn't need your friends to report on you anymore. The damage is already done. They just needed you to let your guard down around them. Because the moment you felt safe, you talked. You vented, you shared the frustration about the reorg, you mentioned the job search, you complained about the project, you did it in Slack, in email, in the collaboration tools that they own on the systems that they monitor, inside the ecosystem they built specifically to capture that data. Your friend didn't betray you, your comfort did, the work-friend relationship did, and here's where it gets permanent. Meta just confirmed it installed software on every employee's work computer, capturing keystrokes, mouse movements, screen contents, not for performance reviews, they say, to train the AI being built to replace the work entirely. The friendship lowered your defenses. The systems recorded what came out. Your coworkers don't have to choose to report on you anymore. They already got you to do it yourself. Challenger Gray counted over 54,000 AI-attributed job cuts in 2025 alone. Most of those people never saw it coming because they thought they were just talking to a friend. The better move, treat every workplace interaction as if it's being logged and weighed. Undershare, over-deliver, make your output individually visible. Don't let your results get buried in collective team credit, because when the algorithm runs the next stack rank, individual attribution is the only thing that protects you. Your coworkers aren't your enemies, but they are not your protection. The company manufactured your connection to them. They priced your loyalty discount into your offer letter. They designed the language to keep you compliant. And they built the system that turns situational allies into accidental auditors. None of this is personal, and that makes it more dangerous. If you want the specific moves to make yourself too politically expensive to fire before the next round of cuts, not after, that's exactly what the next video covers. Watch it next. I'll see you over there.